female doctor was shocked to discover the man lying on the operating table was her husband, whom she had married 4 years ago but had never met. She had planned to reveal her identity to her husband after the surgery, but just as she was about to do so, a woman suddenly appeared at her husband's bedside with a child in tow. The little boy asked about his father's condition. The female doctor heard the boy call the man dad. Her first reaction was that the man had married and had a child during his 4 years in the military, and from the husband's reaction when he saw her, she could tell that he hadn't recognized her as his wife. In a fit of anger, she called a lawyer and demanded a divorce. She also demanded compensation of 4 million yuan for the loss of her youth. However, the woman never imagined this was actually a huge misunderstanding. The boy was actually the son of the husband's comrade-in-arms. The comrade-in-arms had entrusted his wife and child to him before dying. When the husband learned that his wife, whom he had never met, wanted to divorce him, he refused to agree under any circumstances. He assumed she was blaming him. To beg for his wife's forgiveness, he put on a stylish suit, wore an expensive watch. He drove a luxury car to the building where their wedding home was located. He then called his wife. He asked her why she wanted to divorce him. She replied that a marriage in name only had no reason to continue, but the husband insisted that marriage was a matter between two families. He hoped they could meet and talk things over. However, the woman refused outright and hung up the phone. She didn't want to have anything to do with this scoundrel anymore, but the husband didn't give up. He arrived at their wedding home with flowers in hand. He planned to sweet-talk his wife, but when the door opened, he was stunned. It was a young man who opened the door. He told the man to leave and stop bothering his wife. Little did he know that the young man was his younger brother-in-law. The boy thought someone else was coming to harass his sister. That's why he took such drastic measures. But in the man's eyes, this was a huge misunderstanding. He believed his wife was cheating on him with another man. That's why she was in such a hurry to divorce him. After returning to the hospital, the man called his wife. He agreed to the divorce, but he wouldn't give her a single cent of the 4 million yuan in compensation for her youth. Before the woman could finish speaking, the man hung up the phone. At that moment, the elevator doors suddenly opened. The two of them happened to lock eyes. The man, seeing the attending physician, hurried forward to greet him. The woman chose to ignore him. The man was very confused. He hadn't done anything to offend her, so why did she hate him so much? At that moment, his friend arrived with some late-night snacks. Upon inquiry, it was revealed that his friend wanted to thank the female doctor for saving him. He also wanted to see if he could pursue her. The man snatched the late-night snack from him. He claimed that he would deliver it himself. At that moment, the woman was changing her clothes. The man pushed the door open and walked in. He explained that he had come to bring her the late-night snack. But how could the woman eat something from A? She immediately tried to kick him out, but she accidentally touched his wound. The woman had no choice but to help him tend to his wound first. Watching the woman say the harshest words while pretending to care about him, this made the man's seeds of love sprout again. So he mustered up the courage to ask the woman if she had a boyfriend. The woman replied that it had nothing to do with him. As the man stood there dumbfounded, the woman pushed him out the door, but the man didn't give up. Just as he was about